The rifle was modern, but the failure was not accidental. It was engineered by brilliant designers and deployed by flawed assumptions. In Vietnam, the M16 became a lesson in how doctrine can break technology. This is not a story about a bad weapon. It is a story about decisions. The AR-15 was designed for lightweight efficiency and controllable fire. Its small caliber, high-velocity concept challenged traditional rifle thinking. Eugene Stoner optimized the system around specific materials and tolerances. The rifle functioned reliably under controlled conditions. Those conditions would soon change. When the U.S. military adopted the rifle as the M16, compromises followed. The first compromise involved ammunition. Original testing used extruded powder with predictable burn characteristics. Production ammunition switched to ball powder for logistical reasons. That decision altered the rifle's internal behavior. Ball powder increased fouling inside the action. It also changed the cyclic rate. The system was never retuned to account for this shift. Reliability margins quietly disappeared. No warning accompanied the change. The second compromise involved surface treatment. Early M16 rifles lacked a chrome-lined chamber and bore. In humid jungle conditions, corrosion formed rapidly. Corrosion increased friction during extraction. Friction turned minor fouling into catastrophic jams. The third compromise was cultural. The M16 was promoted as a self-cleaning rifle. That claim was never technically accurate. It discouraged routine maintenance at the worst possible time. Rifles were issued without cleaning kits. Training emphasized firepower, not mechanical care. Doctrine assumed modern systems reduced soldier workload. Reality demanded the opposite. The jungle punished neglect immediately. Mud, moisture, and carbon found every tolerance. Failures began as stoppages. Stoppages escalated into complete weapon seizures. Spent casings tore apart during extraction. Rifles required tools to clear under fire. Some soldiers never got that chance. Field reports described dead servicemen found beside jammed rifles. Cleaning rods were improvised from radio antennas. Confidence in the weapon collapsed. Trust is a combat multiplier. Its absence is lethal. Command initially blamed the users. Maintenance discipline became the official explanation. The design itself remained publicly defended. Internal reports told a different story. They documented systemic failure. Congressional investigations followed mounting casualties. Testimony exposed ammunition changes and missing modifications. The problem was no longer deniable. Engineering corrections arrived, slowly. Too slowly for many. The M16A1 introduced a chrome chamber and bore. Proper buffer weights stabilized the cyclic rate. Cleaning kits became standard issue. Training manuals were rewritten. Reliability improved dramatically. The rifle did not fundamentally change. The system around it did. This distinction matters. Weapons do not fail alone. Institutions fail with them. The Vietnam M16 crisis reshaped U.S. small arms doctrine. Testing protocols became more realistic. Environmental tolerance gained priority. Logistical changes required design validation. Assumptions were no longer free. Later rifles inherited these lessons. So did procurement culture. Modern systems emphasize maintainability as much as performance. The cost of ignoring context was proven. It was measured in lives. The M16 today is a reliable platform. That reliability is paid for by history. Each modification carries a memory. Each standard exists for a reason. None were theoretical. This was not a failure of innovation. It was a failure of integration. Technology advanced faster than doctrine adapted. The battlefield enforced the correction. It always does. Military gear is not judged in laboratories. It is judged in mud, heat, and chaos. Design choices echo under fire. Doctrine amplifies or silences those echoes. Vietnam made that clear. War Gear Archive studies these moments. Not to assign blame, but to document consequence. Because materials remember what institutions forget, and history records the difference. If you value this kind of analysis, consider subscribing. New episodes examine the objects that shaped wars, one design choice at a time.
This is War Gear Archives.
End of record.